How long have you been driving? Like, overall?
Since 8.
Since 8?
Yeah.
Like, how many years?
Oh, 4 years.
4 years.
Well, 3.5.
3.5. Do you like it?
Yeah, I don't always drive.
Hmm.
Do it on the side, weekends and stuff.
Are you a pimp during the rest of the days?
I'm a what?
A pimp.
What does that mean?
Do you know what a pimp is?
I do, but I don't
I
know
was just
if
joking.
it's the right context.
No, I was just like joking. I was trying to see what you did during the day, and I just joked, like, are you a pimp during the day?
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
It could be.
Yes.
No, I do work at the hospital.
Oh.
As a phlebotomist.
Phlebotomist?
Yeah.
What's a phlebotomist?
Phlebotomist is we draw blood, do tests.
Ah.
Yeah.
Is there any technique to that? Because I always get my blood drawn.
Blood draw?
Yeah. Do you feel like there's a technique to drawing people's blood?
There is. You just gotta find the veins, really. Sorry, I had to focus for a little bit. I was like, what's going on? But I guess for phlebotomy, you gotta know where the vein is, and you gotta go at the right angle. You gotta anchor the vein. Usually go for the veins that you can feel, not the ones that you can see.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's usually.
I've been told I have good veins.
What's going on? But yeah, some people have really deep veins. It's hard to actually spot them and actually get them the first time. We can only try twice before we get someone else.
So driving in your job of being around people so much, have you learned anything about people? Like, do you observe them differently?
Sure. How so?
I don't know. I mean, that's usually just usually you could fill that one, and I don't know. You'll let me know.
What do you think I should observe when I'm around people?
All different types of things: who they are, their stories, their body language. Maybe people surprise you. Maybe you judge them. Maybe they came in the car, you think they're going to be one way, but one conversation, you're like, man, that changed my life. Even being with people drawing their blood, knowing their stories, has it changed your perspective on humankind and people in general?
See, that's actually a good way to look at it. A good way to look at how I observe people. I do observe people a lot different since I've worked at the hospital. It gives you perspective on that people are fragile, but I already had that perspective from a young age. I did come from Syria, right? Okay. And so I experienced the war in Syria as a little kid.
Yeah.
And I've seen death enough.
Yeah.
Anything after that was just uphill, there's no worse than that, in a way, there's so many different type of people getting in this car and come and get a drip blood. Some people are entitled. Some people feel entitled. Some people feel like they, a little less entitled. Some people are humble too. There are all kind of people. But sometimes I do misjudge and I think, oh, this girl's coming in. She looks entitled, but she ends up not being entitled, I guess.
I like what you said. I thought it was interesting. You said people are fragile because you come from a place that has a lot of war. And my first thought was all the kids in Palestine who see all that death. I never thought. I mean, I do when I look at them. I do feel like, wow, how would that change them? And I feel like you are answering that question. Do you feel like it makes you tougher? Or it just makes you.
If you survive.
Yeah.
It does make you tougher.
But do you think I guess you personally, do you look at death differently?
I do.
Yeah.
I look at it as part of life.
Yeah.
Not as something horrible anymore,
But you saw death in a horrible way, and you still come with a conclusion that it's just part of life.
You grow up in a different way. You think differently.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it's just death.
Yeah.
It's just in the human life. So many people died before you. You're not gonna be special. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But I guess what what I think is interesting is because once again you saw death in like a war way, where it's like a war setting, where it could have been
even worse than you think.
Right, and it could have been all avoided, so you didn't have to die in that way.
Could it be though?
I mean, that's a good counter. I feel like war can be avoided. Do you think war can?
Not the war that happened in Syria.
Okay. Well, maybe I'm just not as familiar with exactly
the thing is,
war.
right? War can be avoided and could have been avoided.
Yes.
But at what expense? You know?
Mm-hmm.
I think war can be avoided.
Mm-hmm.
Just the benefit of the war, does it outweigh the risk? Or does it not? You know, that's the question. I think the war in Syria happened for a good reason. I don't think what happened in Syria was justifiable.
Yeah.
In a lot of ways. It feels like a whole different life now.
Yeah.
You know, for me, it's been like 12 years since I've left. And it feels like a whole different life.
Yeah.
I mean, it stays with you. You never forget.
Mm-hmm.
It's been so long ago. It does. It makes you feel like your life is different from everybody else around you. I didn't always live in the U.S. I lived in Jordan for a while, and you know, Jordan's still a lot better than Syria.
Yeah.
In a way, I went to high school here, I went to college here. The things that people care about aren't the same things I care about.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I guess it's a good thing for me that you can never bring me down. You know.
So do you think it made you stronger? Because you said people were fragile. Do you think
people are fragile, and we stay fragile all our lives?
And in what ways? Emotionally, physically, mentally?
Everywhere. We are fragile in every conceivable way.
Yeah.
And it's hard to think. Oh, I mean, you can become stronger.
Yeah.
You can still be gonna be fragile.
So are you saying fragile? I guess in my mind it can be fragile as in weak, as in fragile as in like.
Oh no,
ignorant.
it doesn't mean you're weak.
Yeah.
It just means that you're mortal. You know.
Yeah. Human.
You're
like
human.
You know, at any moment things can just be.
You might die at any moment.
Yeah.
You know. And you know you're breakable.
Yeah.
You can be as strong as anything and still be breakable.
Strong as anything, but at the same time still as weak as anything.
Yeah.
So is there any poetic comment? I feel like there's like some that can be a very poetic thing, that you can be strong at the same time but weak at the same time. But like, I guess how
there is a poetic way to say that.
Yeah. How can you not balance it, but like what can you do? Like what can you do to take away from that? Like as a human being, I can be very strong, but at any moment it can be all taken away from me. I can be taken away. Like how does like one hold that in their mind as they like walk? Like all this can just be gone. I guess sometimes when I see war, I always I'm very lucky that I haven't witnessed it. You know, it hasn't really been in like America's territory for a long time.
Honestly, as someone who was there, right?
Yeah.
You're not missing on much, but the thing is, right? I don't know how to explain this, right? When you're right there in the war, right? You really don't know. You have nothing to compare your life to, and so you think this is just how life normally is supposed to be, right? And so, in a way, right, it feels normal to you, even though to Americans, like if you're just an American kid growing up, looking at the news, seeing all that happen, right, and you think, oh, what's going on in those kids' mind? The thing is, you're not much different from them, and they're not much different from you. And what feels normal to you is different from what feels normal to them, right? And therefore, it's just we learn to acclimate with the situation, right? We learn how to get used to the situation as kids, especially kids,
right?
To the point where it doesn't really feel different from normal life. Like you feel like you're just living normally. I mean, your normal life just to be hiding and escaping death. I mean, we escape death here too all the time when we don't walk in bad streets, or when we don't drive fast, or it's just the death they escape or the danger they escape is very different. Is a different type of danger. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it could be a fragile danger. It's not as in depth as yours. But I hear what you're saying because some, I hear what you're saying, and it just breaks my heart that.
To be honest, it comes down to the fact that you're trying to live. Humans come down to the fact that they're trying to live comfortably and reproduce and eat, basically, and live for a long time, right? In Syria, I guess, as a kid, right? As I was a kid, right? What mattered was these three things. They didn't change from me and you, right? But the dangers and the hardships that we encountered were just a different form of hardships. Here you have to be able to work. You have to be able to, go to school. You have to be able to, not walk in bad neighborhoods and not drive fast. You got to be smart about it.
Yeah.
And all these things are dangerous, right?
Yeah.
But you live despite them. You live around this stuff. There, the danger that we have is missiles dropping on you.
Right.
I mean, you can live around that too.
Right.
It is a little more dangerous. It's just a different type of danger.
Yes.
So in a way, we don't really live much differently. I don't know. It's hard to explain.
No, it does. You're explaining it very well, and when you just keep saying it just makes my heart hurt even more because I feel like people shouldn't be used to getting bombs. You know what I mean? And it also makes, I guess, me. I don't want to say appreciate my life more, but I guess I can say that where the other day when I was walking across the street, I could have got hit by a car, but I was just too high to pay attention to that it wasn't my way.
That danger isn't existent in a place where there's war.
Exactly. And
but
that
it's just a different type of danger.
I guess, but I feel like that is a danger that is still more significant than just like, oh, I'm too high, I can't pay attention to the road, And I guess I just hate that people have to live in that type of environment.
Yeah. See, when I look at people who are complaining about first world problems, they call them, right? And to me, they're never problems because you can never have a worse situation than what I had.
You're right.
And you could actually. That's a lie. You could.
Sure.
And I want to be humble about it, but in a way, it's just it can never get worse than that. But that's their definition of a problem. It's different for me just because I saw what it is to have a real problem, in my opinion. But in their opinion and in their perspective, that's life's problem is. Like if you woke up out, in the morning and you find a flat tire on your car, that might be the worst thing that could ever happen to you.
Yeah.
You're going to work, you have to miss work. To me, that's just another Tuesday. Yeah, it's, you know what I'm saying?
Right. No,
and it comes in like levels. Richer people are gonna have, richer people problems, and poor people are gonna have poor people problems, and war kids are gonna have war kids problems.
So how does someone like you, or even in the kids who are in wars now, how do they, if they survive, how do they move forward? How do they move forward with that?
It's a human nature.
Yeah.
Just gotta live,
Which it's such a heavy. It's such a great answer, but it's such a heavy answer that you just gotta I guess when I look on those kids,
you just gotta ball, man.
Yeah, that
just gotta ball.
You just gotta keep moving forward, I guess.
Which doesn't matter. You gotta ball.
Yeah.
You gotta keep going. You just can't be a baby.
You're living in a bomb country world. I feel like you have the excuse to be a baby.
I wasn't.
Yeah.
For a while.
Yeah.
I wasn't. I wasn't always 24 years old.
Yeah. Yeah.
To be honest, but I'll leave you with this though. It does stay with you, and it's okay to be sad, and it's okay to be angry about it. But it's you. The world owes you nothing, and you owe the world nothing.
Yeah. Yeah.
That the world owes you nothing.
Yeah.
Even if you die,
yeah.
the world owes you nothing. I
yeah.
mean, it's just the world, and if you die, who are you to complain? At the end of the day, who are you to complain? Who are you to feel entitled for life?
Right.
You were given this life by your parents, of course, but you were given this life. Whether you deserve it or not, it's no one's business. It's not your It's not your business to decide. It's not mine. It's not the president's. It's not And the world owes you nothing. And you owe the world nothing either.
Well, thank you. I really enjoyed that.
All right.